The algorithm won't take your job, it will just outpace it. Picture a Monday morning. You walk into the office. You grab a coffee, sit at your desk, and open your laptop. Everything looks normal. But there's a notification waiting in your inbox. It's short. Thank you for your service. This email wasn't written by your manager. It wasn't sent by HR. It was generated by an algorithm that calculated a week ago that your specific role could be optimized. And that artificial intelligence can now handle that workflow in seconds for a fraction of the cost. You think this is a scene from a sci-fi movie? It is happening right now, at this very second. According to a highly publicized report by Goldman Sachs, 1 million full-time roles. 300 million. That is like shifting the entire workforce of the United States overnight. But listen closely. I'm not here to alarm you or cause panic. I'm going to do something much more important. Stay with me until the very end of this video, because in the finale of this report, I will reveal the ultimate strategy for professional adaptation. I'll show you a specific set of skills that AI cannot replicate. Your insurance policy in this new digital era. If you understand this one mechanism I'll explain at the end, you won't just keep up. You will gain a massive advantage over the machines. Let's begin. The environment is heating up. Sociology has a term for this, the boiling frog syndrome. If you throw a frog into boiling water, it jumps out. But if you put it in cold water and turn up the heat slowly, it won't realize the shift until it's too late. We are navigating that exact shift right now. For decades, we lived under the illusion that machines could only replace humans in repetitive manual labor. We thought, okay, automation will take over factories, assembly lines, maybe grocery checkouts. But us? We, the knowledge workers, the creative minds, are secure. AI has no empathy, no creativity, no abstract thinking. We miscalculated. What is happening today is a complete reversal of historical patterns. Artificial intelligence did not come for the blue-collar sector first. It struck right at the heart of the knowledge economy. The highly educated, the analytical minds. And why do we accept it so easily? Because the mechanism is incredibly clever. At first, AI doesn't take your whole job. It becomes your assistant. It helps you write emails, do research, generate graphics. You're happy because you work faster. But you fail to see that you are training a system that is learning your every move. You are the mentor, smiling with pride, as you train your own digital successor. A successor that doesn't need rest, never calls in sick, and will never ask for a raise. Let's look at the facts. Numbers don't lie, even when they challenge our sense of security. The World Economic Forum, in its Future of Jobs report, estimates that over the next few years, a staggering 44% of workers' core skills will need to shift because of AI. This isn't a small change. This is a complete restructuring. Have you heard about the fintech company Klarna? They implemented an AI assistant powered by OpenAI. In its first month, that single system did the volume of work equivalent to 700 full-time customer service roles. 700. It handled 2/3 of all customer chats, cutting resolution time from 11 minutes to just 2. And most importantly for the business, it added $40 million in profit annually. Do you think companies are ever going to go back to the old way of hiring? Exactly. And here is a twist that breaks the entire paradigm of modern education. For years, young people were told, learn to code. IT is the future. There will always be jobs there. Well, NVIDIA's CEO, Jensen Huang, recently stated something very interesting. Our goal is to create computing technology where no one has to program. Do you realize the weight of that statement? The very profession that was the definition of success and stability for the last 2 decades is being automated. AI can write, analyze, and optimize code thousands of times faster than any human alive. Let's look at the creative industry. This is where the transition is felt the most. Copywriters, translators, designers, people who truly believed that their talent and human intuition would protect them from an algorithm. You know that feeling when you create something for hours, pour your focus into it, and then the market demands it faster and cheaper? Well, now AI does it almost instantly. In psychology, there is a fundamental human need called the sense of agency. It's the awareness that my actions matter, that my input is needed. When automation takes over our daily tasks, it doesn't just impact our income, it impacts our identity. A professional stripped of the tasks that define them can easily lose their sense of purpose. They become part of what futurists call the displaced class. Not unemployed, because the unemployed can be retrained, but structurally redundant in the eyes of the current economic system. That is the challenge we must prepare for. But let's go deeper. Why are regulatory bodies slow to react? Why is there so little resistance? The answer lies in crowd psychology and a phenomenon known as the diffusion of responsibility. Because this digital shift doesn't have a single face, we don't know who to address. There is no classic 19th century tycoon making these decisions. There is only a faceless, friendly application on your screen. Furthermore, we are consistently given a narrative about optimization and freeing humans from repetitive tasks. Tech optimists say, AI will make us work less and give us time for self-actualization. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? But let's look at history. When was the last time a major shift in productivity automatically cut your work hours in half? Exactly. You usually just get a higher volume of tasks. In a highly competitive market, the profit from automation often concentrates at the very top. We are entering an era of extreme digital divide. On one side, a handful of gatekeepers holding the keys to the massive AI networks. On the other, a vast sea of professionals competing for the remaining opportunities in the market. I promised you at the beginning that I would tell you how to navigate this world. How to make sure you don't become just another number in the system. The answer is not learn to code. The key to your success is a concept called anti-fragility. While AI relies on past data and rigid patterns, you must lean into the unpredictable and the irreplaceable. First, social intelligence and true negotiation. AI can generate perfect text, but it cannot build genuine human trust. It cannot read the subtle shift in a client's voice during a high-stakes meeting. Your power lies in real relationships, emotional intelligence, and your ability to navigate human complexity. Second, synthetic creativity. Do not compete with AI in mass production. Instead, use it as a tool to synthesize ideas that no one else has combined. AI is the instrument, but you must be the artist with a vision, driven by life experiences that machines simply do not possess. And third, most importantly, hyper-adaptability. The world where you learn one profession for life is over. The professionals who thrive will be those who can let go of old methods and rapidly absorb the new. Your greatest advantage over the algorithm is your ability to evolve. Algorithms have no personal drive. You do. Use it. Now, the most important part. Write your profession in the comments. Let's talk about how much of a threat you actually feel. Let's clash our opinions, because only by building a conscious community do we have a chance to not be swept off the board. Subscribe to this channel if you refuse to be left behind in a world changing before our eyes. See you in the future, and stay strong in this digital age.